to go in. That is the... Everybody in the world touched the pad and it should be used. So I've got the, let's take a little... Good evening crew and welcome back to the Andy Mechanic YouTube channel. It's part 2 of the glue comparison video. And we've got, let's get around, look, there we are, look, we've got the Araldite. And I know it's a Shelley's version of Araldite, but it's got the Araldite name on it and it's got a registered trademark, so it must really meet the spec. And we've got the 3M Scotch Weld. About $80 for this tube, plus the applicator, about 200 bucks. This one, I saw it today in Mitre 10, $14, not 16. I found it even cheaper, 14 bucks. And I mean, as regards volume, sure, there's a little bit more volume in that one. What's it say? Does it say 50 milliliters? In that one, 24. So there's twice the amount of glue here. So you've got to bear that in mind as well. But still, hell of a difference in price, isn't there? Okay, so on the last video, it spurred many comments, and there's already been well over 300 views since I posted that video yesterday, which is, it's a lot of views for my channel. And it spurred lots of conversation, and hey Andy, you didn't do it properly, you should have done it in a, under laboratory conditions and clean the metal and all that kind of stuff. And I totally agree that the glue manufacturers would probably insist that we did that. But I want to use this glue and test it in a way that it's going to sort of replicate how it would be used in a workshop, in a garage. It's not a laboratory. We don't have particular specialist cleaners for preparing surfaces. As a mechanic, we just want to fix something, glue it back together, get the glue, mix it up, stick it on the two parts, stick them together, and hope that it's going to be glued and fast in time for the customer to get back and that he doesn't notice that you've broken something on his car. Bit of plastic or something, you know. So hence this is one of the reasons why I thought it'd make a good video. I didn't want to do a laboratory type test. I'm not a laboratory type kind of guy. Mechanic. So sorry for those out there that really want me to do a laboratory test. I ain't doing that. That's not what this channel's all about. Okay, so yesterday we clamped off the two pairs of metal plates. We've got the 3M bonded plates and we've got the Araldite bonded plates, and we're going to see basically which one can hold the most weight, sort of indicating which has got the best bond. So first of all we need to remove the clamp. Now if it all falls apart now, that'll be the end of our little test, won't it? But that's the 3M one. I'm not going to stress it, I'm just going to, yes, it's fast, that's good. And the Araldite one, and again that's held, and you can see there, look, just to give you all a good indication of what's going on. I think those holes are going to act quite good as sort of like lugs, really. Maybe help the glue to have, like a rivet type effect. And we've sort of got the same effect on the 3M one as well, where the glue's oozed into the holes. So it could be pretty strong. We'll wait and see. Now, I managed to escape from work about half an hour earlier today, and I picked up a very large bucket. And I was thinking, man, what am I going to use to test this stuff? Because it said on the Araldite packaging that it can hold up to 75 kgs. I didn't read, before I threw the packaging away, I didn't read what surface area of contact that glue would have to achieve that. Obviously, the larger the contact patch, the more weight it should be able to, or the more force it can cope with. Now, I also imagine that the 75 kgs quoted is a force pulling the two plates apart. This test is going to be more of a shear test because the plate's going to be in the vertical orientation with the weight pulling down on it. So it could be a lot higher, potentially. So I went out and I bought pretty much the biggest thing I could find that was going to provide us with a reasonable weight. And I chose a metal dustbin, and it's hanging up on some chain over there. with some little shackles. So we can undo the shackles and insert said plate with a shackle at the bottom and a shackle at the top, and then we'll pre-weigh the dustbin and the chains to give us a starting point weight, and then I'm going to use water as the additional weight, partly because it's really easy to add, it's pretty accurate, and eventually it'll all flow out of the workshop and it'll clean the floor as we go. But it does mean that I have to keep wandering up the garden, up the driveway, and filling a bucket of water, so I'm going to have lots of editing to do, so my apologies. I'll just try and focus on the water going in the bucket. And when these plates fail, hopefully they will fail, assuming we've got enough weight on there, the bucket will come crashing down, hit the ground, and I've left about, I don't know, about a foot gap between the bottom of the bucket and the concrete. I didn't want to destroy the bucket because I've got to use it twice. And of course, we'll have an idea how much weight it took before it failed. And I think the maximum weight is 113 litre bucket, so that's 113 kgs near as damn it, plus the weight of the dustbin. And I've got my little spring balance here, so we'll head over and we'll take a weight of that dustbin now, and then I'll make a start putting some water in. Now I think it's only fair that we do the Araldite one first, because that should fail sooner, and then we'll do the 3M one, and we'll see what that extra $185 buys you. Okay, here we go. Okay, luckily, right, we'll just maybe take it off there, it'll be easier. Okay, so we'll pull that on the ground, because that's exactly where the plate's going to go. And we'll fire up our little fish balance. It's on 0, and we'll measure the weight of the bucket. Okay, well, it's 5.08, so near as damn it, 5 kgs. I can cope with that. Okay, we'll turn that off. Get that one done. And then we'll go and get steak. Okay, one Araldited plate. Okay, well, who knows? Place your bets right now. Maybe I should only disclose the weight at the end on a separate video. That would be evil, wouldn't it? Okay. Really could do with an apprentice for this job, anyway. Right, so the moment I'm just holding the bottom plate, so there's no weight on the joint at the moment. There we go. Get in there. There we go. Central load up. Perfect. Okay, so at this point in time, we've got essentially 5 kilograms hanging on those 2 bonded plates. So the only thing that holds this up is the glue, basically. So now we're going to get some water, and I've got a 10 litre jug, I think it is, or 5 litre jug. It's going to be a 5 litre jug. We'll use the 5 litre jug and we'll add water basically in 5 litre increments. Okay, so the first 5 litres going in now. Damn. Looks like we've got to put a bin liner in there. Right, I'll start again. Right, I've had to have a bit of a rejig. Unfortunately, putting a bin liner in the dustbin didn't work. It just kept dropping down with the water. So scrub that idea. And what I've done is shorten the chain, put a little safety chain between the top and the bottom of the actual link so that when it breaks, the bucket doesn't fall crashing to the ground, it just drops a couple of inches. And what that's allowed me to do is to put a drip tray underneath the bucket to catch those few drips of water so that we can measure that and deduct the weight of that, the volume of that water from the water in the bucket to give us a reasonably accurate figure of the weight that it took to break that bond. Man, experiments are fun, aren't they? It's a bit of an ongoing task, is this. So I'll show you what I've done so you're absolutely clear, and then we'll crack on. Here we go. Okay, so suspended from one of the rafters, hopefully it's going to hold the weight. And then coming down now, we've got the first shackle. This is not carrying any weight, this chain. This is the sort of safety chain that will be tight once the bonding fails. We've got the actual bonded plates, which then connect down to this lower shackle and then go down to the bucket. Sorry it's not in focus, a bit shiny. Okay, and now we've got, it's a bit high off the ground. Oh, we've got a good 1.5 foot under the bucket. Okay. Yes, thanks guys. Next time make them waterproof. Okay, right, we've got the first 5 litres ready. And I've marked up the size, look, just trying to highlight that for you. So we'll give it a go. Okay, so Araldite plates. First 5 litres of water. Okay, second 5 litres of water, that's going to give 10 litres altogether. That's about 10 kg. Right. Once this is in, it'll be 15 litres of water. That's about 15 kgs. Another 5. That'll take us to 20 kgs. So we've done 20. This is 25. $30 kgs once all this is in. I think it's doing pretty well, don't you? Right, time for some more. Right, so that's 35 kilograms of water, or 35 litres, plus the 5 kilograms of the bucket, means there's 40 kgs hanging on that bonded plate. Right, so we've got 35 in there. Here's another 5. It's looking pretty strong, isn't it? Jeez. Okay, so we've got 40 in there. This will take it to 45 litres. Right. This will take it to 50 litres. Including the bucket, that was 55 kgs hanging on that plate. Right, 55 litres. Cool, workshop. Right. This will take it to 60 kilograms. That's 60 litres plus the 5 of the bucket. It's well over half full now. Okay, this will take it to 65 litres. And I'm convinced that little shackle there is starting to bend. Well, I'm not sure. Maybe it was bent before. Right, we're up to 65 litres. This will take it to 70. Now remember it said 75 on the packet. So including the bin, that was a stipulated force. I'm sure it was an e-guideline. Right. So wait now. Right, with this one, it'll take us to 80 litres of water. Man, it's a lot of water here. Right. Come on, break, damn you. I haven't got all night. Okay, so that's 85 litres. Just gotta wash it out. A bit late now. Jeez. 90 litres. This might bring the shed down. Right, 95 plus the weight of the bucket, 100 kilograms hanging off that little plate. Man, we might need a bigger rig. Okay, this will take us 100 litres of water. She's creaking a bit. Okay. Oh, we're getting much leakage now. Got Some leaks coming out where the handles are. Damn. Shit. One more. Okay, another 5 litres. Bugger. Well, it looks like we've exceeded the capacity of the rig. The roof on the garage is starting to creak, and the bucket is now full of, I think it's 105, could be 110, 105, 110 litres of water. That's about 110 kgs. It's getting less by the minute because there's a few leaks now. We've got a bit higher in the bucket. Bit of a shame, but if this cheap one, the Araldite, can carry this kind of weight, and we're pretty sure the 3M product is going to be able to cope with a lot more, or at least some more, I'm going to need a bigger rig. So wait for the next video. I'll come up with a new plan. Hopefully it doesn't involve water and having to trek up the garden all the time. Leave it with me. Until next time. Okay crew, well if you enjoyed the video, why not subscribe to the channel? Click on subscribe, and then you will see a little gear icon turn up. Click the gear icon and then you can tick to turn on notifications, and that way our friends down at YouTube will send you an email as and when I upload any new videos. You'll also find me on Facebook, Instagram, Google+, and Twitter, and you can communicate through any of those portals. Just feel free, whichever one you want, but first point of contact, if you don't mind, on the comments of YouTube, because let's face it, that's where the videos are. Okay crew, well, we're just going to have to wait till the next video for a catastrophic failure. Cheers, over and out.